The Passion of the Christ, the 2004 movie, very famously is subtitled. So in the name of historic accuracy, there's no English in the movie. It's all in Aramaic, Hebrew, and Latin, as it should have been. But you've seen movies, Bible TV shows that are in English. Well, they're inaccurate, and technically, they're anachronistic as well, because English did not exist at the time of, say, Pharaoh and Moses, at least certainly not the modern English that you would see in those kinds of movies. But anachronisms can be very much intentional. In the name of accessibility, filmmakers might use the common language, even if they're telling a true story that everyone knows did not happen in that language. But often, anachronisms are associated with error. They're assumed to be a mistake. In particular, they reveal that something was written much later than the event that it describes. Listen to this blatant error in Joshua chapter 10. On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, "Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and you, moon, over the valley of Aijalon." So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself on its enemies, as it is written in the book of Jashar. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky, and delayed going down about a full day. The geocentric model was assumed for a long time, but we know better than that now, don't we? The sun is always stopped. It's the earth that moves around. The sun doesn't rise or set. That's just our perspective, isn't it? So then the question is, how can we trust this book that contradicts nature and physics, right? I mean, how can the Bible be trustworthy? How can it be without error if it holds to the geocentric model? Well, the short answer is they didn't know that. That would have been an anachronism to say that. See, the words of the Bible are inspired by God, but they are written by humans. And these individual authors have their own styles, they have their own vocabularies. From Joshua's perspective, he wrote what he observed. The sun stood still. From God's perspective, it was either going to be intentional anachronism, or it was going to be setting suitable but technically inaccurate description. So, let me end with this question then. If a Bible book written well before 1000 BC had said, "The earth stood still," so that there was noon for almost a day, would the skeptics accept that? I'm Pastor Clinton. God bless your efforts to learn from his truth.